When installing an indoor unit, you need to be fully familiar with the diagram. Also, check that the diagram matches the actual site condition and see if the service space can be acquired. Next, open the box of your indoor unit to check the components in it. To mark the location of an indoor unit installed on the ceiling, a laser pointer is used. If it is not available, use a tape ruler to select the installation points for your indoor unit on the ceiling. Using a laser pointer and installation tools included in the box, mark the correct installation locations. While maintaining the verticality of your drill tap, perform the drilling work before you install the set anchor on the ceiling. After that, considering the finished ceiling height, select the correct size of bolt to fix the anchor. To mount your indoor unit easily, install 4 stoppers, the washers, and the nuts removed from the installation site. Before mounting your indoor unit in the bolts, unfasten the flare nuts to see if the hissing sounds are heard to indicate nitrogen is released. If no sound is heard, then the product might leak inside or nitrogen injection is not done properly. Perform an air tightness test to improve the leaking areas. In consideration of your safety, a group of 2 persons should mount the indoor unit in the bolts. Using a level meter, the levelness of your indoor unit should be checked. Consider the finishing line on the ceiling for your installation. When the indoor unit is mounted, now connect the copper pipes. Do not apply excessive force to your cutter when cutting the copper pipe joints. Remove the chips inside the copper pipe and insert the flare nuts. The flare work should use special tools to process each copper pipe size. The flare shape should have no tilts, wrinkles, cracks, irregular thickness, etc. Before connecting the flare working areas to the indoor unit's liquid and gas pipes, you need to apply ester refrigerant oils to the inner area of the flare so that damage caused by friction and leakage of the refrigerant gas can be prevented. Align the centers of the connected pipes and use your hands to turn the flare nuts to fix it. Refer to the following table when you use a torque wrench to secure fixing. The copper pipes joints should be insulated on 2 levels. Next, we will install the drain pipes in our indoor units to facilitate the smooth discharge of condensed water generated in the cooling operation. When you connect a flexible hose to your indoor unit, check if the rubber ring is damaged. To prevent leakage of condensed water, make a secure connection until you hear the clicking sound. The drain pipe connected to the flexible hose is manufactured with insulation materials and a PVC bond. Apply an adequate amount of PVC bond to it to securely fix it. During the bonding work, you must use PVC bond only. When using the bond, you must prevent a PVC bond layer from being formed in the pipe. If the working area temperature is below 5 degrees Celsius, you need to refer to the bond user manuals for your work. To support smooth flows and prevent backflows to the indoor unit, an indoor unit vent or air vent is installed on the top dead point of your indoor unit. The flexible hose's joints should not be tilted upward. The joints between the flexible hose and the drain pipe should be insulated on 2 levels. Once the drain pipe is installed, you need to inject about 2 liters of water into the drain plate of your indoor unit so that the smooth discharge of condensed water and leaks can be checked. Turn on the power of the indoor unit to check that the drain pump operates properly. The main power supplied to your indoor unit should be supplied from an additional power distribution panel, not the outdoor unit. The communication cable connecting your indoor unit to the main outdoor unit should be connected to the F1, F2 terminals. The power and communication cables connecting the indoor unit should be shorter than the max permitted length. The sum of voltage reduction should be less than 10% of the input voltage. At this time, the power and communication cables should be surrounded by some protection pipes. When connecting a wire to the terminal block, you need to use special tools to peel off the shielding of the power cable. Do not damage the inner area of the shielding. You must use special tools for terminal work. There are 2 types of connection terminals, ring terminal and Y terminal. A ring terminal should be connected to the power supply of your indoor-outdoor unit, and a Y terminal should be used as a communication line. Wiring of the power and communication cables is very critical in terms of product operation. If the wire thickness is set wrong, or the power communication cables are missing or incorrectly connected, then the function of the product can be damaged. For operation of your indoor unit, the indoor unit's power terminal can be connected to the power and communication cables and your wired remote controller. Remember, the communication cable is polarity sensitive, so pay special attention to avoid reversing the polarities. Once you have connected the power and communication cables to your indoor unit, you need to set the address. Your indoor unit has a switch to set the main address and a switch to set the RMC address. The main address is the basic address for communication between your indoor units and outdoor units. It must be set correctly so that the product can operate properly. When setting the main address, no duplicated address can be used for each indoor unit. The RMC address is entered to use a controller, such as a centralized controller, by grouping the indoor units together. The same addresses for all the indoor units are entered. The other option setting switch can be used if necessary. There is too much dust at the site. To protect your indoor unit until a panel is installed, a vinyl cover is used. Before installing a panel on your indoor unit, open the panel box and check the components. Using the height checking tools, adjust the space between the indoor unit and the finishing material. Hook a panel over the jaw of your indoor unit and separate the cover from the control box. Next, connect the blade starting motor's power connector to the panel display window PCB's power connector. Using the 4 fixing screws, fix a panel to the main body of your indoor unit. Check that the panel is firmly pressed to the top. After that, assemble the 4 covers and remove the protective vinyl attached to the surface of the panel. Close the grill. A test hole for repair and maintenance of your indoor unit can be installed as follows if necessary.